Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's DLloyd. So we have a trade between the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. A dang good trade, if you ask me, man. Lakers sending out D'Angelo Russell and Max Lewis and three second round draft picks in exchange for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton from the Brooklyn Nets. Wow. Absolutely wow, man. I am excited about this trade. I think for both teams, again, they both kind of get what they want. And I think that is something that is kind of rare, but we are seeing it more and more where there are mutually beneficial trades for both parties because both teams are on completely different missions, right? The Lakers trying to retool this team. They're trying to win now. They're not trying to play for 2030 or what's going to happen in 2028. They're trying to win a championship now. They need to retool the roster now. And although they have players like Vando on the roster, they're not sure what his availability is going to be. So you go get a guy in Dorian Finney-Smith, who's a 3-and-D player that can fill that void as well for you. So Lakers trying to win right now. For Brooklyn, of course, they don't want to win. They're in the Cooper flag sweepstakes. They're trying to get as many draft picks as possible. They traded away Dennis Schroeder because he was helping them win too much. They're probably going to get rid of Cam Johnson, and now they get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith because, hey, we're not in the business of winning, and that's just part of the game, right? You're going to try to tank. You're going to try to acquire as many assets as possible, but you do get a guy in D'Angelo Russell that could potentially help spearhead the transition, right? So you lose a couple more games. You get a good draft pick. You now have D'Angelo Russell. His only all-star appearance was with the Brooklyn Nets. Lakers love trading D'Lo to the Brooklyn Nets. They do it again, and I think this is definitely going to work out for both. Now, for the Lakers, we had to talk about the Lakers first because obviously that's my team. And let's really dive into it, right? Because the Lakers had a couple of things that they needed to accomplish with the trade. One, they needed to get a 3-and-D guy. They needed more help on the defensive end, and they needed another guy that can shoot. Dorian Finney-Smith, out of all the players that we believe will be available in trade deadline, of course, there may be a couple of guys we're not expecting to be available. But out of all the available guys, Dorian Finney-Smith was probably one of, if not the best available 3-and-D guy on the market. Now, he is a little bit older than D'Angelo Russell, right? At 31 years old, he has a player option next year for $15 million, making $14 million this year. And the reason why that is important, because Dorian Finney-Smith probably not going to make $15 million in the open market. So, although he could technically, and we just have to be cautious about it, right? He could technically become a free agent. He's more of a mid-level exception player anyway, so Lakers could be able to retain him there. But I just don't see him making more than $15 million. So I think you're kind of safe when it comes to the value of what his contract is going to look like for the next few seasons. But you get a guy that's mainstay in the NBA is defense. You're able to add him to the core. That's great. But the main issues now is you got to get another point guard. Now you get Shake Milton. We don't know what Shake is going to do. We know Shake had a little run in Philly a few years back. Shake Milton averaging about 7 points a game this season. I think he's a suitable rotational guard. That's it. Now, he's on a non-guaranteed contract, so that provides some flexibility. The main other thing that happens out of this trade is because of D'Lo's contract being a little bit higher, you now get more flexibility when it comes to second level apron, right? Because there were only 30,000, I believe, under that second apron. This is now going to put them at $3.5 million under that second apron. So the Lakers in the buyout market, they have an opportunity to try to make a splash, or via some trade, they have a little bit of flexibility when it comes to trying to improve this roster. So I believe this is a win for the Lakers. And then most importantly, the Lakers are not done, in my opinion. I think they're going to still keep shopping. But what this does, the main thing it does, you do send out 3 second-round draft picks. But the Lakers still have 3 first-round draft picks that they can move off of. And that is absolutely massive, especially with the new CBA, how valuable draft picks are. Because just last night, we were hearing that Dorian Finney-Smith could go to the Memphis Grizzlies. And Memphis Grizzlies were looking to give up Luke Kennard along with a first-round pick. They were going to get a second-round pick back, but we're hearing they were about to give up a first-round pick. I'm sure the Lakers decided we had to sweep in now because you get Dorian Finney-Smith and addition by subtraction, right? You don't allow the Memphis Grizzlies, who's already one of the better teams in the Western Conference, that's already shown they can compete with the Lakers, to get another 3-and-D guy. So fantastic move by Ron Pelinka. And like for the Brooklyn Nets, D'Lo, I think is a guy that if he's, offense somewhat centered around him a little bit, I think he's a solid piece. He's not a number one option for sure, but that's why you're trying to go get a Cooper flag in the draft, right? You're trying to get another number one option. But D'Lo with whoever you end up getting in the offseason and via the draft, I think is a very good starting point. And of course, I do think we see Cam Johnson get traded. I do think we see some other pieces from Brooklyn get traded because they're not necessarily trying to win, but I do think D'Lo could be a solid piece to keep right there to bring in the other young pieces around him. So I think this is a fantastic trade for both parties. Like I said before, Lakers, I do not think they are done. I'm very excited about what they could potentially do in the trade market moving forward. We'll see what happens with Shake Milton. I think the Lakers still need another big. Valanciunas, is that a possibility? I believe so, but I think they need to get another big for sure. And we'll see how the play looks with Shake Milton because you're still going to need a point guard. Is Shake Milton that guy? Not quite sure, but we'll see how things play out over the next few weeks before we get towards the deadline. So, man, slam dunk trade in my opinion. I'm excited, man. Rob Pelinka, listen, we have our ups and downs, Rob. This was a good one. This was a good one in my opinion. And if it's not, I'll eat my words later, but I'm excited about this trade. D'Lo, I liked his time there, very up and down. His play was up and down. His role was up and down. Everything about D'Lo has really been up and down, but I think he's a good player. I like D'Angelo Russell, and maybe another fresh start again back in Brooklyn could be good for him as well. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about this trade in the comment section below. Was this a slam dunk for the Lakers? Do you not like it for the Lakers? How do you feel about Brooklyn's side of things? Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. As usual, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.